Shadows of the Heart. Setting, a small coastal town, shrouded in fog, where secrets linger like the mist over the water. Prologue. The sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of crimson and gold. Clara stood on the edge of the cliff, the salty breeze whipping through her hair. She could feel it in her bones, something was coming. The town had always whispered secrets, but tonight, they screamed. Chapter 1, The Return. Clara's life had been ordinary, until he returned. Daniel, her childhood love, had left the town 4 years ago, vanishing like smoke in the wind after a tragic accident that claimed his brother's life. Rumors spread like wildfire, accusing him of responsibility, and Clara never got to say goodbye. Now, he stood at the edge of her world, a shadow of the boy she once knew. Clara? His voice was a low whisper, as if he feared breaking the fragile moment. Her heart raced, a mix of excitement and trepidation. Daniel, you're back. Their eyes locked, and for a moment, the past dissolved into the night. But reality quickly crashed in as memories of that fateful night flooded her mind, the sirens, the chaos, and the pain of losing him without closure. Chapter 2, Secrets Beneath the Surface. As Daniel settled back into town, Clara found herself drawn to him despite the tension simmering between them. They explored the cliffs where they once played, laughter mingling with the crashing waves. But the town wasn't the same. Whispers of a darker truth crept into their conversations. Do you think people will ever believe I didn't? His voice faltered, the weight of accusation heavy in the air. I believe you, Clara replied, placing a hand on his arm. But we need to find out what really happened that night. Their bond rekindled. Clara and Daniel began to unravel the tangled web of secrets hidden in the town. They discovered clues that hinted at a conspiracy, one that reached far beyond Daniel's supposed guilt. Each revelation drew them closer, igniting a passion that had never truly faded. Chapter 3, The Chase. One stormy night, while searching through an old boathouse, they stumbled upon a collection of faded photographs and letters. Suddenly, the door slammed shut behind them. Clara's heart pounded as she turned to see figures lurking in the shadows, men with cold eyes and threatening stances. Look what we have here, one of them sneered, advancing toward them. With adrenaline coursing through her veins, Clara grabbed Daniel's hand. Run! She shouted, pulling him toward a back exit. They dashed through the rain-soaked streets, the sound of their pursuers echoing in the night. They found refuge in an abandoned lighthouse, breathless and shaking. What do they want? Clara whispered, her voice trembling. Whatever we found in that boathouse, Daniel replied, his gaze intense. They'll do anything to keep the truth buried. Chapter 4, Confrontation. As they delved deeper into the mystery, the danger escalated. Clara and Daniel uncovered a plot involving drug smuggling and corruption that linked several prominent townsfolk to the accident. Just as they pieced together the puzzle, they found themselves cornered again, this time in a secluded cove. Why are you meddling in matters that don't concern you? A gruff voice emerged from the shadows, the leader of the men they had evaded. Clara stepped forward, her fear replaced by determination. Because we deserve to know the truth, and so does this town. A standoff ensued, tension crackling in the air. In a swift moment, chaos erupted. Daniel pushed Clara out of the way just as a shot rang out, and she watched in horror as he fell to the ground. Epilogue, A New Dawn. Months later, the fog lifted over the coastal town. Clara and Daniel stood on the same cliff where they'd once shared dreams. The scars of the past would always linger, but they were ready to embrace the future together. I guess the shadows can't hold us anymore, Clara said, smiling as the sun broke through the clouds. Daniel wrapped his arms around her, the warmth of their love dispelling the darkness. Not when we have each other. Together, they faced the horizon, knowing that whatever came next, they would meet it side by side, no longer just survivors, but warriors of their own hearts. The end.